Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside and this week's nursery tour. I've got some important details that I need to get across to you, so pay attention, my sweet friends. First things first, Unique Stone. You were with us this week last week, whenever it was, when we unboxed our recent order from Unique Stone, and we took a little bit of a tour of it and you saw all the great things. Now, what you didn't see is, because our sweet people were still putting these out, were these beautiful Esplanade urns on these panels. We have 4 of these as a set available for sale. A couple of things with the Unique Stone order. There was a bit of a mix-up with the order that we received in August, and we didn't quite receive all of the retail pieces that we needed to get. So the folks at Unique Stone are working with us, and they are going to expedite our order. And so we now are not going to have that November order. The November order has been canceled. It is gone. It's coming in early October. So bit of a good news on that. We get our pieces a little earlier than we expected from November. So early October is when our next and last shipment of this year. We will have another one come in the spring. My point in telling you this is, if you want to place a special order for Unique Stone, and when we say special orders, all it simply means is that you're guaranteed to get the piece that you want in the color that you want. There's no extra charge, there's none of that. It's just that we simply take whatever it is that you want and add it to the order, and then we hold it for you to come pick up. If you are interested in doing that, I need you to email me at orders@gardeningwithcreekside.com and tell me the pieces that you're interested in. If you will please list the item number. Unique Stone has all of their inventory on their website, and their item numbers are on there, and then it has the name of the piece. Because if you just said, I want the big urn with the pedestal, y'all, do you know how many urns there are and how many pedestals? So to just eliminate any kind of confusion, just go on their website and you can say, I want the Esplanade urn, item number, blah, 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 blah. I'm interested in that in aged stone. Can you please give me a quote? We will happily do that. If you want to have that in the order, we'll send you an invoice via email and you can pay it online. We are not shipping Unique Stone, so this will be local pickup only. Now, I do have folks. I have a sweet lady that is ordering some pieces for her 80th birthday, and she lives in Michigan. Guess what? She's planning a road trip to come see us to pick up her pieces. So even if you're states away, make a fun weekend out of it and come get it. October is a great time to come visit us. It is absolutely lovely here in October. And so if you're interested in them and you can't find Unique Stone in your area, go ahead and send us your order. We'll happily get it for you, and you can come make a little road trip and get the pieces that you want. So we're gonna go through and just kind of show you. I know we did this earlier, but I think seeing them in different angles, different lights. But these Esplanade urns, they are beautiful. They are definitely statement pieces, and they are nice and heavy. I know that probably if you're a fan of all the different gardening shows, you will have seen these before. They make such a beautiful statement, and these pedestals are fantastic. I mean, they are solid and gorgeous. We are selling them as a set together, and yes, there are holes through both of them, because this would be a great example of using some drip irrigation in here. So you can run the drip up through the bottom of both the pedestal and the planter and install your drip here. These would be great flanking an entrance, flanking the entrance to a garden, what have you. We have 4 of them, so come get them. Of course, we've got all of, we've got the bird baths, just because we have sold a good number of pieces even in this week since we did our last video. But these are the Florentine bird baths. We've got the little short Camelot bird bath. I love these bistro tables. I just think they're so fun. Put some little like wire chairs with them, or little wicker chairs, teak, whatever. Put it out in your garden, and this is a really functional, sweet little table. And then the Roman urns, these are the same urns that I have up between the garden boxes that have caladiums in them. I actually have mine on a little tapered pedestal, but these would be great to put on if you have a wall, if you have some steps you want to put them on the side, or just work them into your landscape as they are, because they're not terribly heavy. You can pick them up. They're not nearly as heavy as, say, the Esplanade urn. Those things are whoo-wee, massive. I love these cute little, these are the little mini succulent containers. Sweet, right? These would be perfect for your chick charms. So we still have chick charms available, and any other kind of little succulent that you wanted to put in here. If you wanted to put like a little African violet, if you wanted to do something like that and have it as an indoor planter, like a little plant, then it would be great. Very obviously nice and light. It's easy to put into your suitcase. Super cute on those. As is, let's see, we're walking through spider webs. You know, the first person to go through the woods in the morning gets all the spider webs. Yeah, Jerry says you didn't make it this far, so I'm the sacrificial lamb here, going through in the morning. Here we go. These are really fun. These are the same containers that I have beside my garage, and currently I have a Feather Falls grass in here. I have put a bubble gum in these before. I have done Lenten roses, I've done autumn ferns, all sorts of great things can go in here. And again, you've got it on this pedestal. This is, the name of this one is the Georgian urn. Yeah, Georgian terrace urn. Really nice, and this is in ancient age, so that gives you an idea of your color. Ancient age in both the pedestal and the urn together. And people have asked about unique stone. Can you leave it out in the winter? Absolutely. Of course, with us being North Carolina Zone 7B, that is not a concern at all. I know Laura Gardenancer, she's in a zone, 5-6. She leaves hers out all winter. There is no need to protect them. They are good. They are weatherproof. They are good to go. And yeah, so absolutely you can leave them out. Now, talking about a statement piece, this is going to be a statement piece. This is the Asian water bowl. Look how big this thing is, y'all. It is huge. I mean, this thing is ginormous. You can literally plant a tree in this thing and it would be stunning. This is definitely going to make a statement wherever you put it. Basically, I think this is, if I remember the measurements correctly, 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide in here. When we got one, we actually have it now and have a little lime standard planted in it. We were going to convert ours into a fountain, and then we started thinking, we're like, yeah, we're just going to buy a fountain. So, but you could absolutely just think of tons of different possibilities for this. Gorgeous. This is dark walnut. So the dark walnut here, along with the western urns, those are dark walnut as well. And then the rectangular hummingbird planter, that is the dark walnut as well. So we just kind of put all these together right here so that people could see the different colors as far as, well, the same color all together. That rectangular hummingbird planter is so popular, and I have one in the forest pansy bed and I love it. I switch it out and the detail on that is just gorgeous. So if you're interested in an Asian water bowl, the western urns, any of these pieces, we absolutely have them available for sale with other troughs as well. Yeah, then these are the other two Esplanade urns here. So you can see just how I really actually like them here, because the gray picks up the gray in the pine trees. But we'll happily sell them to you if you want to come get them for sure. And then the Savannah urns. Savannah urns are so popular, and rightly so, because they're just classic and stunning. You can put them in full sun, you can put them in shade. We've shown you a couple of different ways that both my mom and I have planted this up in mixed containers with shade perennials, and it is beautiful. Mama's is a couple of years old, so hers is a little bit more advanced than mine is, but just really full, beautiful, with hostas and ferns and all the fun things, but just gorgeous detail on them. To give you an idea on the colors, this is Ancient Age. Ancient Age is really probably my favorite color, because it just has that beautiful kind of weathered patina look to it. It'll have some grays and creams and browns, and a little bit of orange, a little bit of green in there. Really nice. This is amber green, whatever the green is AG, something green. This is the green, and then this is probably light walnut. Sometimes light walnut and dark walnut can look very similar, but I'm going to say this is light walnut on that one as well. So we've got Unique Stone. Again, please, I have to have the orders in to Unique Stone by next Friday, which is September the 1st. So I can not accept any special orders for this October order past Friday, September the 1st. If you get me your order on Saturday, September 2nd, then it will arrive in the spring. Okay, so questions, email orders@gardeningwithcreekside.com. All right, good. All right, moving on. Perennials galore. We've got beautiful hostas. We have talked about really here recently about how fall is a great time to plant your perennials, your trees, and your shrubs. My gosh, y'all, shade perennials, fall is absolutely the perfect time. And we have got a beautiful selection of hostas. Ferns, autumn ferns, we've got hydrangeas. All of these things are going to respond so incredibly well to you planting them in the fall. This is stained glass? No, guacamole. So guacamole, I mean, look at it. Here it is in the shade. We're blessed with some clouds this morning, which is great, but it makes it a little dark, right? Well, look how guacamole is standing out. That really beautiful, bright green with a little bit of some dark veining in there. Of course, hostas are hardy in zones, I want to say 3 to 9. Yeah, I'm right. Haha. 3 to 9. Now guacamole, because hostas come in different sizes, right? So this is going to be 27 inches tall, and that's going to include your flower scape, and about 38 inches wide. So this will be a nice big one. Will make a beautiful presence in your shade garden. So we've got those. We've got, oh my gosh, coming back here, we've got a whole assortment of different ones. This is, who is this? That's a guacamole too. So this is a more mature guacamole. We've got ones that have a weed in them. That's not good. We've got, this is Wiggles and, nope, Voices in the, Voices in the Wind. Voices in the Wind is a new one from Proven Winners. Look at the leaf texture on that. Look how curly it is. Got that beautiful curl, that ripple to it, a little bit of a bicolor. So you've got tons of different options with you. We've got Hudson Bay. Look at Hudson Bay. Hudson Bay has that white creamy center, dark green edging. We've got blue hostas over here. I don't know if that's humpback whale. So with your hostas, right, you've got a whole variety of shapes and colors, and Rainbow's End. Look at Rainbow's End. This is going to be a nice little tiny petite one. Short, not very big at all. It is going to be 11 inches, and that includes a scape, y'all. So this is one that you're going to plant definitely in the front of your flower bed or in a container. Hostas do great in containers. Now is most definitely the time to do it. We've got the Florida Sunshines. Sometimes Florida Sunshines can be a little tricky for us to get, but these are a type of anise. So if you crush them, they smell like licorice. Because of that, they tend to be more deer, rabbit resistant. A beautiful evergreen shrub for the shade. Sometimes that can be a little challenging as far as not getting just a plain dark leafed plant for the shade. Here we have bright chartreuse color. Really does pop into your shade garden, and they're evergreens. So we absolutely love that. Great time to plant. Now is the time to come get your shade perennials and shrubs and get them in the ground. Here we've got hydrangeas. These hydrangeas are lace caps, at least this one is right here. And so a lace cap has a completely different look to it than a mop head does. So lace caps will have these really nice big flower petals, and then on the inside, little smaller ones. It's a fun, different kind of texture look to it. This particular one is going to be a tough stuff, I am sure. And of course, I can't find the tag on it. That one's, oh, here we go. Sorry, next door. It is going to be, yeah. So this is a Tough Stuff. Beautiful. These are going to be pH dependent, meaning that depending on your soil pH, they're either going to be pinks, blues, purples, or all kind of those colors in there. Different varieties as far as like different colors, different gardens. Yep. All right. So we did a lace cap hydrangea. So let's move down here because we've got some beautiful mop heads that tend to be a little bit more like part sun, part shade. The Invincible series of hydrangeas, these are, look at these. They are budding out. This is going to be Invincible Gardnetta. And the Invincible series are smooth hydrangeas. We love smooth hydrangeas because they bloom on new growth. So that means we're guaranteed to have flowers every single year. You're going to prune them in the winter, coming into spring. And Gardnetta is color specific, whereas the other ones were pH dependent. These are color specific, meaning you are guaranteed this color of a flower every single year. It is not going to change depending on your soil's pH. Hardy in zones 3 to 8, and these are going to be nice and petite, only 2.5 feet tall and wide. Now, on the tag of the Invincibles, it's going to say sun or part sun, part shade. If you're in the south, like we are, you're going to want to have some morning sun or filtered sun, but not all day sun. They will burn, they will fry, they will turn to crispy critters. Do not put them in full sun if you are in the south, hot, humid, yeah, like we are. Don't do that. Now, if you're in cooler climates, if you're in cooler zones, if your nights cool off and they're nice and dry and they're pleasant and you enjoy being outside at night in August or July, then these are going to handle more sun. We were just up in the mountains last night in Blowing Rock, which is like an hour and a half up, but 3,000 feet higher than we are here. You absolutely could put these in full sun if you're in Blowing Rock. Nice, cool, it's like always, 15 degrees cooler in the summer there, and their nights cool off and it's nice and dry at night. It is lovely. These can handle that there. Where I am, cannot handle it. So this is why it's so important to be a student of your own garden and know what your climates are and then how those plants kind of play around with that. We do have a beautiful selection still of the summer sun, perennials that would, again, great time to put them in the landscape. Now, you have to have that vision and understand when you're planting, especially perennials, because typically perennials are only going to bloom for an amount of time during the season, right? There's very few perennials that bloom continuously all summer. Examples, daylilies. Right now you're like, they just look like grass. Well, they do because their bloom cycle is already finished. However, Proven Winners gives us these beautiful tags with each of the plants, and you can see what that flower is going to look like. So you're going to envision this in your garden. It is not in bloom, but you're going to see that tag, see that beautiful flower and go, I want some blood, sweat, and tears in my garden, and you're going to plant it. So that is the thing, is come get these perennials, get them in the ground, get them established over winter, and they're going to do beautiful. So there's a whole massive selection of those different daylilies. Storm Shelter, is that not gorgeous? I just adore that purple and pink all together. Beautiful. Now, daylilies, of course, are going to be very hardy. They're like one of the easiest perennials you can do. It's going to be hardy in zones 3 to 9, and they do love the sun. Now, if you have some deer pressure, then yes, the deer have been notorious for, you know, munching on them. Here we have, just show you some of the different varieties that we have here. This is a really nice orange one. I forget now, what was it? Oh, Blazing Glory with a bicolor. I love this red one. So if you're a red person, double pardon me. Look at that. So this is a double daylily, beautiful red, but it is a double bloom. And this is going to be, I believe, a little bit shorter. Yeah, only 18 inches tall, as opposed to some of Proven Winners with the Rainbow Rhythm series. They can get rather large. Fun one on that. Look at this one, Born to Run. Oh my heavens, y'all. Still kind of that reddish color, but that yellow edging, and it's a ruffled edge. Isn't that stunning? Gorgeous. I see these going into my future really soon. This is going to be about 28 inches tall on that one. So lots of options for you. Perennial geraniums. This is Roseanne. Roseanne is very like a classic. It's industry standard, really widely known, but makes a beautiful ground cover, honestly. It will die back in the wintertime, but it is a continuous bloomer, so you get all these beautiful purple flowers throughout the entire growing season. You'll get some height to it. It'll be about 18 to 20 inches tall, and then it'll spread 2 to 3 feet in how it spreads. Now, the great thing about the perennial geraniums is that they don't root. So when I say that they spread, so let me show you this, like Jerry, get down in there. There's not gonna, when it spreads, there's not gonna be roots that come along, and it's not gonna root in the ground. Therefore, it is not gonna be invasive, and in the fall, winter time, it makes it really easy to clean up because you go back to the main crown and you cut all that dead foliage and it just comes right out. So it's not invasive. So when I say spreading, I don't mean like invasive spreading at all. And then we have the proven winners. This is the Boom Chocolata. So the difference in that, like say Roseanne and Boom Chocolata, is a lot of like in the foliage, right? So you've got much bigger leaf, and when it gets that full sun, it will be a near black color. So this has got some green in it, it'll have black, and it too will do the purple flowers. These are gonna be more upright as far as your flowers, almost like a hosta as far as the scape, where it comes up and it blooms more on top than within and trailing like Roseanne does. Boom Chocolata is hardy in zones 4 to 8. I have mine in full all day sun, and they do great. They don't bother them whatsoever. Let's see, where shall we go? Still, we've got people asking about this Chartreuse on the Loose Nepeta. This is new from Walter's Gardens this year, and y'all, I love it. The color on it, the flowers, it's a continuous bloomer. It's just a beautiful plant. Now, let's see. Let's mosey on down to Shrub Light. Sound good? All right. So we've got also the Violet Cascade butterfly bushes. The whole Cascade series from Walter's Gardens is a great set of buddleias, butterfly bushes. Currently we have Violet Cascade in stock. People were asking if we had the pink Cascade too, and we don't. We will next year. This year, currently though, we just have the Violet Cascade, and that is available for those. The azaleas, the Perfecto Mundo azaleas, while we're standing here, they are selling like hotcakes. So if you are interested in getting some azaleas, you need to move with purpose and come on out and get them. These are ones that we are growing ourselves. Of course, the Perfecto Mundo series are going to be those reblooming azaleas that bloom 3 times a year, spring, summer, fall. We are kind of going into their fall blooms. Nice and petite. They're not going to be super tall. And then let me give you your zones on that. These were developed by Dr. Tom Rainey at NC State. Hardy in zones 6B to 9. The more sun you can give them, the better. They are rated though as also part shade. I would say no less than 5 hours of sun. Right, they need at least 5 hours up to all day. And they're only going to be 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. So that's fun. The Pillow Talk gardenias, they too are flying out of here, and rightly so. Massive, beautiful, double flowers on them that smell divine, glossy green leaves, nice growth on it. And it's not going to be a massive one, like 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. So very manageable. Steady as she goes is going to be a bigger one. We have Steady as she goes as well, but just a beautiful, beautiful plant that handles the heat and humidity like champions. Now, if you were interested in taking advantage of our Summerific Hibiscus special, then yeah, you need to come on out here, because this special ends on August 31st, which is Thursday. Yes, because I believe Friday is September the 1st. Our hibiscus, the summerific hibiscus, they are all on sale for buy one, get one free. You can mix, you can match, you can do whatever you want to. Buy one, get one free. Perennial hibiscus, the summerifics are, like I said, they are perennial. They are cold hardy to zone 4. And they do just beautiful blooms on them. Trying to find one here. So this is Edge of Night, and they love the sun, they love the water, they are native to North America, they tend to be more deer resistant, not deer proof, deer resistant. The more water you give them, the more sun you give them, the bigger they are. Now, you may look at some of these in the containers and you're like, well, that just looks sad. Yeah, you know why? Because the root systems on these babies are so vigorous, and they have been in these containers only since the spring. Like, we get them in late April, but the root system on them is just so extensive. We can't keep enough water on them right now because they're in the container. If you go ahead and plant a hibiscus, maybe it looks like this, where this is a holy grail. Yeah, it is not the prettiest plant, right? I would absolutely agree with you. It's a little thin, it's a little spindly, it is not blooming super well. Last year, we planted 3 evening roses that looked just like that, and look how massive and gorgeous they are. And they did that within that first season. As soon as you put these in the ground and let those roots just go to town, they will immediately start putting on new growth, new flowers, and be extremely happy. So again, as gardeners, we have to have that vision of what they're going to be, not necessarily what you see directly in front of you. So people have been asking, what do we have left? So we've got Holy Grail, we've got Edge of Night, we've got Inner Glow. Inner Glow is not a summerific, but it comes from Walter's Gardens, which does all the summerifics. Inner Glow is a beautiful pink bloom on that. It is a nice, really vibrant pink, and it is going to be 4 feet tall by 4 feet wide. So just a beautiful kind of perfect mound to it. We've got some of the Valentine's Crush, which is new this year. We've got Lilac Crush, which is new this year. We have got Holy Grail, Very Awesome, some Spinderellas. I'm trying to go through because people were asking. And no, we're not shipping these. So somebody asked if we would ship these to her. No, because they're 3-gallon containers and they're already like 3 feet tall. Like, this would be a really challenging to ship it in this current state. And so no, these are local pickup only on the summerifics, all the perennial hibiscus, buy one, get one free. Through this Thursday, August the 31st, as of September the 1st, it goes back to the regular price. So there you go. Can't be here without talking about pufferfish. Y'all, look at these pufferfish. And again, it's the same thing with your hydrangeas as it is the perennial hibiscus. No plant looks as good in a container as it will in the ground, but the pufferfish, she sure is putting on a show. Nice big heads on them, the little tips on the end. Of course, these are those new panicle hydrangeas from Proven Winners. Big, huge heads and nice, sturdy stems, right? So look at that. I mean, we've got a big old head on one little stalk, but look how strong it is, right? And these are wet. These are loaded with water because we do overhead irrigation. So these are full of water, nice and tight and strong, right? So there we go. Pufferfish is available, as are, oh my gosh, we've got Incrediballs, we've got Fairy Trail Brides. Basically, you name a hydrangea, especially from Proven Winners, and we are definitely going to have it. Butterfly bushes, all of these things are great to put in the ground now. If you're looking for fall interest, we have to talk about the Beauty Berry Pearl Glam. Pearl Glam is a beauty berry, and let's see if we can find some that are starting to make some little berries right here. They're called beauty berries is because what they will do is they will put on little flowers, these little creamy white flowers that your pollinators love. Starts at the bottom and it works its way up the plant. Notice right here, these little nodules, those are actually going to be berries, and they're going to turn a brilliant purple, a very bright, waxy purple color, beautiful in the fall. Really around in that October, November range is when they really, really shine. And just absolutely gorgeous. They bloom on new growth, so you can keep them pruned, you can keep them shaped however you want to. These are obviously quite tall, so these are getting to be in that kind of that upper end. So next spring, like if we still have them, we will definitely give them a good haircut. Pearl Glam is hardy in zones 5 to 8, 4 to 5 tall and wide. So they are reaching that 4-foot mark most definitely. But again, you can keep them to whatever size you want. You just prune them in late winter, coming into spring, same time you do your butterfly bushes, your panicles, and so forth. So yeah, so there is tons of different options. Thinking about the fall, go ahead and start thinking about the fall. Is a fantastic time to be planting. So we've got unique stone you need to be aware of. Get that into me by Friday, September the 1st. It is not February. So September the 1st is the deadline for the October order. We're gonna have one come in the spring, so anything after that will go to the spring order. Summerifics, that sale ends on Thursday, August the 31st. We are just a couple of weeks away from launching the online sales of our shrubs here at Creekside Nursery. A lot of you have been so eager and anticipating the arrival of our kind of e-commerce side of Creekside Nursery. We will begin launching and pre-selling our select shrubs in a few weeks. We have got all of the, we're in the final stages of getting all the nuts and bolts and the T's crossed and the I's dotted and all the things that go into an e-commerce business, but we will have those in a couple of weeks. A couple things you need to know about that. This fall, we're going to start with shrubs only. These shrubs will be quart-size shrubs. They are not going to be 3-gallon shrubs. That is incredibly hard to ship and expensive to ship a 3-gallon shrub to you. So these will be quart size. We will have a select inventory. It will be available on our website. Our website, all the products are in the website. You just can't see them because people are like, I'm going there and I don't see the plants. Yeah, they're not there yet. We haven't turned it on. So we will give you the green light, and that way you can go ahead and begin doing your pre-orders. You can order it, and then we will ship them at the appropriate time later on this fall. So you can be looking for that. We are gonna have a select number and a select selection of different kinds of shrubs. So we are gradually getting into this. We are not coming in with every single shrub that's ever been, bred in the planet. So we're going to build up to this, y'all. We're going for a longevity on this business, and so yeah, just pay attention to that. Other than that, I think just come see us on Wednesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Jerry said something.
Classes.
Yes.
Seminars.
Yes, I forgot about that. Thank you. So this fall, because we just have such an amazing staff here at Creekside Nursery, they have been brainstorming and coming up with great ideas. So this fall, we're going to begin having some classes here, seminars, whatever you want to call it, here at the nursery on Saturdays. So be looking for that. Each Saturday will be a different topic, and it will be obviously specific to what we're going to be doing in the seasons. So we're not going to start out, with, in the fall talking about summer plantings, right? It'll be geared towards the season, towards whatever is currently happening on, in your garden this time of year. So we will have those classes and seminars available. We will have it so that you can sign up online, get all the details. You'll be able to see the course list, and you can sign up, schedule it. This will be really fun if you're going to come for the weekend. Come in and do a class, and then you can come shop, of course. Do it with some friends. Get your mom or your daughter or your best friend, whoever it is that you love to garden with. Y'all come together and come hang out with us on a Saturday morning and do a class, and then, of course, enjoy some time here at Creekside Nursery. So lots of fun things happening. Never dull moment around here, my friends. As always, we so appreciate you. Thank you so much for going to Creekside. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.